You know how some memories stick with you? The weird ones that make no sense but somehow feel important? Well, this story starts with one of those. Growing up in rural Wisconsin, there was this house on Maple Street that everyone called the Waiting House. Sounds dramatic, right? But here's the thing. Every single day, without fail, someone would sit in the front window, always the same silhouette, always watching the street. My mom used to hurry us past it when we walked to school, and honestly, as a kid, I thought that was normal. Don't all neighborhoods have that one creepy house? The really strange part was that we never saw anyone come or go. No car in the driveway, no mail delivery, and no visitors. But that shadow in the window? Always there, rain or shine, summer or winter. My friends and I used to dare each other to knock on the door, but none of us ever did. Something about the place felt wrong, you know? Fast forward 23 years. I'm back in town for my dad's funeral, fun times, and I decided to take a walk down memory lane. Probably not my brightest idea, considering my emotional state, but grief makes you do weird things. So there I am, walking past all these childhood landmarks, when I reach Maple Street. The house looked exactly the same. Same peeling paint, same overgrown yard, same everything, except now the window was empty. I should have kept walking, should have minded my own business, but something pulled me toward the house like a magnet. The front door was slightly open. Who leaves their door open in the middle of winter? And before I knew it, I was stepping inside. The smell hit me first, not musty or abandoned like you'd expect. It smelled like home cooking, fresh bread, and something else I couldn't place. The living room was immaculate. I'm talking magazine perfect clean, furniture that looked expensive but old-fashioned, family photos covering every surface, a TV that was definitely from this decade. But here's where it gets weird. The kitchen was completely empty. Not a single appliance. No cabinets, nothing. Like someone had surgically removed everything and left bare walls. Who does that? I found myself drawn to those family photos. Dozens of them, showing the same elderly couple through what looked like decades of life together. Normal stuff, really. Vacations, holidays, anniversaries. But in every single photo, they were looking directly at the camera with these intense expressions. Not smiling, not frowning, almost like they were trying to communicate something urgent. Then I saw it. One photo that made my blood run cold. It showed the couple standing in front of this very house, but they weren't alone. There was a child with them, maybe 7 or 8 years old, a child who looked exactly like me at that age. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lots of kids look similar, right? But this wasn't similar. This was identical. Same haircut my mother gave me, same crooked smile, even the same scar on my chin from when I fell off my bike. I stared at that photo for what felt like hours, trying to make sense of it. By the way, have you ever been so scared that your body forgets how to function properly? Because that's exactly what happened next. I heard footsteps upstairs, slow, deliberate footsteps walking back and forth across the ceiling. But the house was supposed to be empty, remember? My rational brain tried to explain it away. Old house making noise, settling foundations, whatever. But those footsteps had rhythm, purpose. I should have left right then. Instead, I climbed those stairs like an idiot in a horror movie. The upstairs hallway had 5 doors, all closed except one at the very end. That open door seemed to beckon me forward, and what I found inside that room still gives me nightmares. It was a child's bedroom. My childhood bedroom, not similar to it, identical. Same dinosaur wallpaper, same bunk bed, same everything. On the desk sat a collection of toys that I recognized immediately. My old Transformers, my baseball card collection, even my stuffed elephant named Peanuts. Don't ask. I was 7. But these weren't reproductions or coincidences. When I picked up that transformer, it had the same scratch on the left arm from when I dropped it down the heating vent, the same missing wheel, the same everything. How do you explain something like that? How do you rationalize finding your exact childhood possessions in a stranger's house, perfectly preserved and waiting for you? I grabbed that photo from downstairs and ran. I didn't look back. I didn't even close the door. I didn't do anything except get the hell out of there as fast as my legs could carry me. The police were, let's call them, skeptical. They did a welfare check on the house and found it completely empty. No furniture, no photos, no mysterious child's bedroom. According to them, the place had been vacant for over a decade. The officer who took my statement suggested I might be dealing with some grief-related stress. Thanks, officer. So helpful. But I know what I saw. I had that photograph as proof. 2 weeks later, I received a package at my apartment in Chicago. No return address, postmarked from Wisconsin. Inside was a manila envelope containing 3 things: the photo I'd taken from the house, a new photo showing me running from the front door, which should have been impossible since no one was there to take it, and a handwritten note. The note was written in shaky handwriting, like someone very old or very sick had written it. It said, "We've been waiting so long for you to come home. The room is ready whenever you are. Love always, Grandma and Grandpa." Here's the thing that really messes with my head. I never knew my grandparents. Both sets died before I was born. At least that's what my parents always told me. But wait, it gets worse. 3 months after that package arrived, I started having the dreams. Every single night, I'd find myself standing in that empty house, but now it was fully furnished again. The elderly couple would be there, smiling at me from their chairs in the living room. They never spoke, but somehow I could hear their voices in my head. "Come home, sweetheart. We've missed you so much." I'd wake up in cold sweats, but here's the really disturbing part. Sometimes I'd wake up and find mud on my feet. Fresh mud. Wisconsin mud, not Chicago mud. You can tell the difference when you've lived in both places. Then my neighbors started asking questions. Mrs. Smith from across the hall mentioned seeing me leave my apartment at 3 a.m. multiple times, but I don't sleepwalk, never have. Security footage from my building shows me walking out the front door, but I have absolutely no memory of it. Last week, I found a bus ticket in my jacket pocket, a ticket to Wisconsin with yesterday's date on it, used. There was dirt under my fingernails and a small cut on my hand that I couldn't explain. I checked my phone's location history. According to Google, I spent 6 hours in my hometown yesterday. 6 hours I can't account for. The scariest part? When I called the local police station to ask about that house on Maple Street, the officer told me something that made my blood freeze. According to their records, someone has been breaking into that property regularly over the past few months. Always the same person, always around 3 a.m. They have security footage. It's me. Every single time, it's me. But I don't remember any of it. So now I'm sitting here writing this story, trying to figure out what's happening to me. Part of me wonders if those people in the house are somehow calling me back, drawing me there against my will. But there's another possibility that terrifies me even more. What if I'm not being drawn there? What if I'm going willingly and my conscious mind is blocking it out because whatever happens in that house is so terrible that my brain refuses to remember? What if next time I don't come back at all? I've been thinking about installing cameras in my apartment, maybe getting some kind of ankle monitor to track my movements, but honestly, I'm starting to think it might be too late. Because right now, as I'm typing this, I can feel that familiar pull starting again, that overwhelming urge to get in my car and drive north. And the worst part is, some sick part of me wants to go. Grief can play on our emotions in very weird ways. If you've ever had any strange experiences visiting childhood locations, let me know in the comments. Thanks for enjoying my stories. Check out more with the links on screen and like or comment if you want to share your thoughts. Until the next time, have a frightfully fun day.